Do you know why most people stay poor or never become rich? It's because they spend too much on things that quietly drain their wealth. Today, I'm breaking down 10 things that the more you buy, the more they keep you broke. And trust me, once you see them, you will never look at your spending the same way again. Buying a brand new car might feel great at first, but it's one of the fastest ways to destroy your wealth. Did you know the second you drive a brand new car off the dealership lot, it instantly loses 10 to 20% of its value? Imagine buying something for $40,000 and moments later it's only worth around $32,000. That's like tossing $8,000 out the window. The pain doesn't just stop there. The average car depreciates by around 60% in 5 years. That means your once $40,000 car only worth about $16,000. Then that's a staggering $24,000 loss from depreciation alone. What's worse, when you finance or lease your car, you are not just paying the car price, you are also paying interest on it. Assuming you have a good credit, the average car loan interest is about 7% as of today based on thebankrate.com. Let's apply that average 7% interest rate to this case. If you finance that $40,000 car over 5 years, your monthly payment will be around $800. By the time you finish paying it off, you will have paid about $7,500 in interest alone. That means between depreciation and interest, you have lost over $31,000 in just 5 years. The damage doesn't stop there. Instead of making $800 monthly car payments, if you invested that money instead into an index fund with an average 7% return, you would have accumulated over $57,000 in 5 years. So let's do a quick math. Depreciation and interest loss, negative $31,000. Missed investment growth, negative $57,000. Total wealth difference, negative $88,000. Yes, that means you will be $88,000 richer after 5 years if you choose to invest instead of financing that car. Every new car you finance is money stolen from your future self. Instead of buying new, consider a reliable used car and paying in cash. You may say, how am I gonna have enough cash to afford that car? Here's the case. If you can't afford to buy a car in cash, that means you can't afford that car. It's just that simple. The goal is to buy something more affordable, avoid unnecessary debt on depreciating assets, and let money work for you, not against you. Dining out frequently can significantly damage your wealth because it is typically much more expensive than cooking at home. On average, dining out typically costs around $15 to $20 per meal per person. Cooking at home averages between only $3 to $6 per meal per person, accounting for groceries, ingredients, and utilities. In other words, dining out is about 60 to 80% more expensive than cooking at home. Let's be real, this is a very conservative estimate in today's world. I can't recall when was last time I had a dining out experience under $30 after adding the tip, but let's stick to the conservative number for now. Imagine you dine out 5 times a week. That translates to spending roughly an extra $100 per week, totaling about $5,000 per year spending on dining out. However, the real impact isn't just short-term. Imagine instead investing that extra $5,000 each year with an average annual rate of return of 7%. After just 5 years, you would have around $28,000. After 10 years, that grows to about $70,000. In 20 years, your investment would approach $200,000. And after 30 years, you will be sitting on nearly $500,000. So next time you are thinking about dining out, just remember, you are potentially eating away at a $500,000 investment. These days, plenty of influencers, especially on platforms like TikTok, talk about dining out as essential for mental health. Even Dave Ramsey faced backlash over suggesting otherwise.
You never eat out based on economics. My time, I'm gonna treat myself like a king. Oh, kiss my butt. That is the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life.
But here's the reality. If dining out frequently is putting you deeper into debt or making you poor, it's not gonna help your mental health, but only make you more stressed out. I'm not saying you can't ever dine out. Of course you can, but moderation is key. Once a week or carefully budgeting for special occasions is reasonable. Otherwise, remember, every frequent dine-out habit may be costing your future $500,000. Another common money drain is excessive use of convenience services. These days, almost everything can arrive at your doorstep. Not just restaurant meals, but also groceries from services like Instacart or Amazon Fresh. Household essentials from Target or Walmart, or even snack and coffee deliveries. Sure, it's incredibly convenient. You tap a button and within minutes or hours, your order appears at your door. But that convenience comes at a steep price. You are paying delivery fees, service charges, and tips, often adding another 20 to 40% to your original cost. Single individual household in America spend on average $100 per week on grocery. If you get it delivered to you, that could be $40 more per week. That's about $2,000 on the annual basis. Yes, that's $250,000 in 30 years if you invest that money. It's easy to underestimate how much this convenience really costs you, especially when you're ordering multiple times a week. Over time, those small extra fees pile up, significantly affecting your financial health. So while occasional convenience is okay, especially used in occasion when you are sick or you are tied up with something important, but regular reliance on delivery can silently eat away at your saving and the long-term financial goals. A lot of people dream about hitting it big with lottery tickets. Imagine the sudden wealth that could instantly solve all your financial worries. But the truth behind the lottery ticket is less glamorous and more sobering. The odds of actually winning this massive jackpots are incredibly slim. For instance, your chance of winning the Mega Million jackpot is roughly 1 in 302 million. And for the Powerball, it's slightly better at around 1 in 292 million. To put this into perspective, you are statistically more likely to be struck by lightning with annual odds of around 1 in a million. That's about 300 times more likely than winning the Powerball. Even more shockingly, simply driving to the store to buy lottery tickets puts you at a greater risk of a fatal car accident than actually winning the lottery itself. In fact, you are approximately 20,000 times more likely to be involved in a car crash during any given year than you are to become a jackpot winner. Now let's be clear. It's okay to occasionally purchase a lottery ticket for entertainment, but depending on it as a strategy to build wealth or escape financial hardship is not only unrealistic but almost guaranteed to lead to disappointment. You are essentially handing your money away each time you play, because with odds like this, losing is guaranteed. Another habit quietly consuming your financial future and your physical health is regularly purchasing cigarettes and alcohol. These items are not just harmful, they are surprisingly expensive. Consider cigarettes. The average price of a pack in the United States is roughly $8 to $12, depending on states. Smoking just a single pack per day adds up to about $3,000 to $4,000 per year. Alcohol can be similarly costly. Even moderate drinking habit, let's say buying a 6-pack of beer weekly or a few bottles of wine each month, can quickly accumulate. A weekly 6-pack might cost you around $10 to $15, totaling $500 to $800 per year. Frequent night out at bars or restaurants push this number significantly higher, easily into the thousands annually. Beyond financial loss, those habits severely harm your health, which in turn affects your ability to build and sustain wealth. Wealthy people often prioritize their health because they understand a crucial truth: good health is foundational to wealth creation. Poor health can limit productivity, increase medical expenses, and reduce your earning potential over time. One of the sneakiest ways your money quietly disappears is through unused membership and subscriptions, especially online streaming services like Netflix, Disney+, Hulu, HBO Max, and Amazon Prime. Individually, this might seem harmless at around $8 to $20 per month, but collectively, they quickly become a significant expense. For instance, subscribing to just 5 popular streaming services could easily cost you $60 to $100 every single month, totaling up to about $1,000 per year. What's worse is that many people are not even actively using all those services regularly. They are paying month after month for content they barely watch. Not only is this financially wasteful, but excessive screen time also robs your productivity. Let's say if you watch a lot of those services that you have subscribed. Time spent binge-watching shows or scrolling through endless streams of content is time taken away from activities that could actually enhance your financial future, like learning new skills, starting side hustles, or investing. Successful people understand that time is their most valuable resource. Lamborghini is famous for never running traditional TV commercials because their target customer, the wealthy, are not sitting around watching TV. Instead, they're out building businesses, investing, and making money. This aligns perfectly with the idea that watching too much TV is a productivity killer. If you want to build wealth, you need to adopt the habits of successful people who spend their time learning, working, and networking rather than passively consuming entertainment. The next time you are tempted to binge watch Netflix, just remember, Lamborghini doesn't advertise on TV because their customers are not wasting their time watching it. Luxury brands like Gucci and Louis Vuitton have built their reputation on exclusivity, status, and high price tags. But let's be honest, a lot of people buy them not because they truly love the product, but because they want to impress others. Whether it's a designer bag, a flashy Rolex, or the latest limited edition sneakers, many purchases are driven by social pressure rather than personal value. The harsh reality? Nobody actually cares. You might get a few compliments here and there, but most people are too focused on their own lives to spend any time admiring your luxury purchases. Worse, if you are stretching your budget to maintain certain image, you are actually impressing the wrong people. People who value material possessions over financial security. If your friend group is constantly chasing luxury brands beyond their income level, that's a red flag. Being surrounded by people who prioritize looking rich over being rich can drag you into a financial trap of overspending just to fit in. Instead, surround yourself with people who are financially responsible and value long-term success over temporary status symbols. Wealthy people don't need to prove they are wealthy. They don't waste their money on things that depreciate in value just to impress others. So next time you are tempted to drop thousands on designer item, ask yourself, am I buying this for myself or just to impress people who don't really care? You might be thinking, alright, I'm fine without luxury brand. In fact, I prefer buying cheap stuff. Whether it's fast fashion from Shein or budget-friendly gadget from Temu, it might feel like you are saving money. But here is the catch. Cheap, low-quality items don't actually save you money in the long run. They wear out faster, break easily, and constantly need replacement, which means you end up spending more over time. Think about it. When you buy a $5 t-shirt that falls apart after a few washes, you end up replacing it again and again. Instead of buying one high-quality item that lasts, you are stuck in the cycle of constant spending. Over time, this actually costs you more than if you had invested in something durable in the first place. Cheap prices also encourage overconsumption and impulse buying. You think it's only $10, so what? But when you make that decision multiple times a month, the spending quickly adds up. Before you know it, you have spent hundreds or even thousands of dollars on junk that cluster your home and drain your wallet. Wealthy people understand that quality beats quantity. Instead of filling their closets with disposable fashion or their homes with low-quality gadgets, they focus on buying fewer, better items that last. Kevin O'Leary, also known as Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank, has openly shared why he only buys expensive, high-quality suits.
The one thing I would disagree with him on is buying really cheap clothes. That's okay for jeans and a t-shirt maybe, but every once in a while buy a spectacular piece that's going to last you your lifetime. I like to buy great suits. I want to look good, but I don't waste money. All my suits are the same. I just have 25 of them. They last forever.
He once said, while a cheap suit might cost $500 but wear out in a couple of years, a $5,000 costume suit can last more than 20 years and still look great. In the long run, the expensive suit actually costs less per wear than repeatedly buying and replacing lower quantity ones. His philosophy applies to more than just clothing. It's about making smart, long-term investment instead of short-term cheap purchases. Whether it's suits, shoes, or even business decisions, rich people don't buy cheap, they buy value. One of the biggest money-wasting habits today is constantly upgrading to the latest gadget. Whether it's the newest iPhone, smartwatch, tablet, or laptop. Companies release slightly improved version every single year, and many people rush to upgrade, not because they need it, but because they feel they should. The reality is that constant upgrades waste money on short-term enjoyment. The excitement of a new gadget fades quickly, but the money spent on it is real and irreversible. Tech companies know this, which is why they market the products around innovation and the latest features, even when the upgrades are minimal. The smart way to approach technology is to buy based on your actual needs and your functionalities, not trends. Just because a new phone has an extra camera, a slightly faster processor, or different design doesn't mean you actually need it. Take the latest iPhone, for example. Maybe it has one more camera than the previous model, Ask yourself, do you truly need that added photo quality? If you are a YouTuber or someone shooting serious vlog by using your phone, maybe it makes sense. But for the average person, that extra camera will rarely, if ever, make a meaningful difference in daily life. Instead of chasing the newest gadget every year, use technology until it no longer meets your needs. The longer you keep your device before upgrading, the more money you keep in your pocket, and the less you are falling into the tech industry's trap of paying for unnecessary upgrades. Impulse spending is already a dangerous habit. But when you put those purchases on credit card or use buy now, pay later services, it is 10 times worse. What makes this even scarier is that most credit cards have an APR of 20% or higher. And don't forget your credit card debt compounds, meaning if you only make the minimum payments, interest keeps stacking on top of interest, trapping you in the cycle where you pay way more than the original purchase price. Smart people avoid debt for things they don't truly need. Before making a purchase, ask yourself 2 questions. Number 1, can I afford to pay for this in full with cash right now? If not, you can't afford it. Number 2, does this fit within my budget? If the answer is no, it's not a smart financial move. If either answer is no, the best decision is to walk away and protect your financial future. Now that you know these 10 money traps, remember, financial success isn't all about how much you make, it's also about how much you keep. Drop a comment below on which of those things you have fallen into before. If you're ready to take control of your money, hit that like button and subscribe for more ways to grow your wealth. With that, I will see you in the next one.